Hey crafty friends, welcome to day 12 of the Craftoween Advent Box from Spellbinders. There are 13 different die sets to unveil daily, and each one comes in a nice numbered card. Today the die is a bubbly cauldron, complete with an assembly image and coordinating sentiment idea. I'll be creating the cauldron from 2 shades of black cardstock. The cauldron is a lighter black than the handles. I add glue to the handle piece and attach it to the back of my cauldron. Start working on the bubbly contents for the cauldron. I have cut these from 3 shades of green cardstock, and there are 3 different sizes of cloud-like dies in this set. I start layering the different sizes together to create the bubbles for the cauldron. I glue the medium-sized piece to a large piece first, and then I glue a second medium bubble piece in another shade of green on top of the first, and finally I glue the smallest bubble piece in the darkest green to the bottom left. With the cauldron bubbles done, I start gluing the top half of this black ring of cardstock to the top of the cauldron. This will create the opening of the cauldron. I now add glue to the back of my green bubbles and place them in the center of my cauldron ring. I start working on the finishing touches next. I start with the skull, and I add glue to the back of the white skull piece before attaching it to the black. This cauldron also has some witch legs that I work on assembling next. I have black cardstock that I glue to the orange cardstock legs, and this creates a striped pattern. I add glue to the largest end of the legs and attach the black witch shoes to the bottom. Finally, I add glue to the top of the legs and attach them to the bottom of the cauldron in the center. Now I start work on the card mat to finish this card. I have a piece of black cardstock cut to A2 size, and I'll be using this striped pattern paper from Newton's Nooks Designs, cut to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm also using the Perfect Touch arches and tag set from Spellbinders, and I use the 3rd largest die to cut this arch. I layer the pattern paper on top of the black cardstock, leaving me with a nice black border around the pattern paper. I quickly add the cauldron stir stick that I forgot earlier, and this is cut from shimmer purple cardstock, and I glue it to the back right of the cauldron. Next, I want to add the sentiment onto my arch cardstock, and I'll be using the clear stamp set from the box, and I've chosen to have a treat-filled night for the sentiment. I use my MISTI to keep my paper in place while I stamp. The ink that I'll be using for the stamp is Color Oreo from Tailored Expressions. My next step is to add the cauldron to my arch cardstock. The legs did not stay glued to the cauldron earlier, so I glued those onto the arch first. Then I add glue to the back of the cauldron and glue it to the arch next. I did add some foam tape to the back of my arch for added dimension on this card. Before sticking it to the center of my pattern paper. As a final touch, I glue the little skull to the bottom left side beside the sentiment. Now the last thing to do is attach it to the card base. I'm using pre-made white A2 size card bases that I fold in half and use my bone folder to press the fold down. I add some tape to the back of my card mat before attaching it to the card base. And that finishes the quick card I made using day 12 from Spellbinders Craft-O-Ween Box. Check out my coordinating blog post or the description box below for product information. And I hope to see you for the final day, number 13. Bye!